Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty fun news over here because the Switch 2 is, well, kind of pretty good. Now, as you guys probably know, we've been seeing a lot of big, good and bad news when it comes to the Switch 2 because, well, people have different expectations and different goals. And right now, it seems like there's a plethora of old school style Switch games that are actually running phenomenally when it comes to the Switch 2. I'm going to go and showcase up and highlight up like kind of the big reasons why you should maybe go consider buying a Switch 2 yourself. Now, on my own end, I actually do have one. I will be doing some streams up on Twitch. We're actually probably gonna be live as of right this second. If you guys are bored after the video and want to say hi and up, we're probably be doing some Mario Kart World. Not today. We're probably just doing some fun drinks and doing God knows what. So if you see me like 5 hours from now and I'm just kind of plethora out, don't mind me, we're just having a fun little mini content break for a little while. But either way, the Switch is gonna be kind of fun. I can't wait to play with it, and I think a lot of people are actually enjoying their experience so far when it comes to the console itself. We also do have a Switch 2 giveaway if you guys have not entered on in down below, so subscribe to the YouTube account or check out the tweet and link down below as well. But there's just a lot of old school games. Games are running better, they're running smoother, and some bigger games such as Pokemon are almost completely remade to the point where it's, well, pretty impressive. So give me your like, your thoughts, or comments, and everything down below, and let's dive on into the video itself. So I have a lot of things to showcase on over here and talk about, and a lot of these things just be kind of floating around up on Twitter, and obviously the graphics may not be the best when it comes to like them having to instantly load or whatever. So bear with me on that one, more so listen to the words or whatever. But pretty much every single game that we've had a chance to experience so far on the Switch 2 has run very well. Cyberpunk, surprisingly, is also a really big telling game where it's a phenomenal port. The game works, and this is a pretty big, pretty in-depth game, and obviously shown on video is not gonna be the best, like, telling point, don't get me wrong, but like everyone's like, this game's great, whether in the actual city itself and people have a chance to kind of appreciate how the game actually looks like through that, or in other various senses, like the game itself runs good. Like, it is a good looking game. Once again, don't mind the Twitter videos, but like the game itself looks nice. The textures here is like more of a proper texture. Like, you see these individualized details. Now, would it look better on PC, PS5 Pro? Yes, don't get me wrong. But the fact that we're even having Cyberpunk, this huge game with cars and features and lights and graphics and shadows and everything, like, look at how much is going on in this game. Imagine trying to run this on the Switch 1. And this is phenomenal, in my opinion. This is a very, very good port. I'm very excited for this. And at the end of the day, I actually kind of recommend, from what I've seen, Cyberpunk on your Switch 2. Now, it kind of stinks for me because all these games are games I either have on PlayStation or PC already, so it's harder for me to want to go backtrack to old school Switch games, but don't forget there will be a subsection of folks out there who have never even had a PC or PlayStation, only Switch, so it'll be kind of fun to have them go and check out a lot of these games the very first time. Now, we did already know that there is some issues, such as like they need a few more games on the Switch 2. Don't get me wrong, Mario Kart's gonna be fun, but eventually I would like to have some other games as well besides Donkey Kong and Metroid Prime, Zelda games, Mario games, third-party games, etc. Give me another Animal Crossing. I'd probably cry happiness and tears all night. But either way, like, everything's looking kind of nice. And we kind of see this stuff too, because some people are kind of critiquing it. Being like, hey, the Wi-Fi in the Switch 2 is not good. They're having download issues. They're different speeds. They're not really expecting this. Some people had issues with the price points. We covered this on a prior video, like yesterday. If you just want to check it out, feel free to. But I still think there's a lot of good stuff over here for normal people. Saying my very decorated island that doesn't lag anymore, finally on the Switch 2. So this goes back to the fact that these games are finally working. Like, things are like looking nice, and mainly for some of the older games. Think like all the Zelda games, like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Those games are getting just a massive overhaul. They look and feel like an actual video game. They're not lagging at 30 FPS. You're not going to like random forest and everything's going to like, you're not going to like a random castle and like everything's falling apart. Same with Animal Crossing. Like, you can have all these different details and textures and assets and these random little, like, things and beaches and stuff. And it's nice. Like, for the girlies out there, if anything, like your wife, your girlfriend, or just any women watching, like, this is the good stuff. This is what we like to go and see. We like seeing people happy and like having their games work. Now, should this have worked on the original Switch? Yes, but I mean, that's part of the Switch too. Better graphics, better internals, and it gives you more of a reason to replay your older games. Now, I still want new games. Don't get me wrong. I really want new games. It's almost kind of lame that we haven't. But even if you kind of factor in all these old school games, such as like a Monster Hunter, which people will probably keep on playing this stuff. People love the Monster Hunter games. It runs more fluid. The game looks nicer. There's better resolutions. There's AI integrated into it. And the game itself is just running a lot more fluid. And that's cool. Like, to me, this is cool stuff. And I appreciate this. I like this because I want my games to be running as efficiently as possible, especially if it's on a $500 hardware. It's still crazy, and I don't know how the Switch 2 is going to go along with this price point. I really hope I'm not going to regret this. I really hope it's not going to be a Wii U in the future. But once again, even older style games like Monster Hunter are running better, and this is great. Old school style games are looking nice. Even here's another good example too on top of this, on just the loading times as well. Like you guys can see the Switch and Switch 2 comparisons on top of this, where the Switch 2 took 6 seconds, and even old school style games just will run a lot more efficiently. So if you're playing with your friends, playing with your buds, or once again, you should have this bigger catalog of games that you've had from your old school Nintendo, that's nice. That's a 13-second save. And a game like Monster Hunter, you're loading, you're doing different fights nonstop. That's just how it is. Like, just, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's totally how it is. So this is going to save you like hundreds, if not thousands of hours if you're a degen over time. Like, it's a nice upgrade. It is an improvement. Like, it's not the end all be all end of the world, don't get me wrong, but like, it's cool. Like, this is cool to me. Like, it's actually better. Like, we're seeing it in real time and real notions over here. It's actually good. And even the biggest thing out here is Pokemon. Now, I have seen this game getting so much attention because you have more Pokemon spawning on the map. So basically a game where it's going to like shiny hunting, trying to catch your Pokemon, complete the Pokédex, like an actual Pokemon vibe. You have so many more Pokemon in this. It's insane. It's really cool. So it's like instead of having like, 5 or 10 Pokemon throughout the map, you have like 50, and it completely changes the game. And especially the last Pokemon games, for whatever reason, they had a lot of issues. They weren't loading well. You'd have very low frame rates. People thought the game looks garbage, in all honesty. But like now we're seeing graphical improvements. There's more textures, more shadows, more like random trees everywhere. It's really generally cool. It's a win. Like, it's actually a win. And this is what people are kind of expecting. And we kind of got the same thing for the PS4 to PS5, like slightly better specs, even with the PS5 Pro, etc. But this, I think, is actually a bigger generational leap than people expect. Don't forget the Switch 2 is weaker like 7-8 years ago, and this is still technically weaker as is, but it's just more optimized, and it does kind of give people a really good excuse to go buy and get old games as well. Like, you're not only going to be stuck in these future games, it might give you a chance to go and relax and check out the old school style games as well. Now, what I want to know is how the new Mario Kart is going to run in comparison to the old one. Like, was there a graphical update for the old Mario Kart? I haven't really seen anyone really talk about it. I haven't got my Switch 2 yet. I'll get it very, very soon, I believe, on this Wednesday, and then I can have a chance to go and tinker around with it. But either way, like, this is improvements. This is all stuff that we love seeing. We're seeing like a widespread everywhere, even on old school style games too on top of this, where there's even like, things like old school games on like the, N64 classics, and even these are running better. Now, this obviously is not the end all be all. You can emulate this or put it on your Switch 2. It's Switch 1 as well, sorry. But like, it's okay, but it's still better. We are still seeing improvements, and this is what I like to see, because this isn't the biggest change up. It maybe should be bigger, I don't know, but like, I think it's cool. I think this is nice, and all things to note. Like, this is something that people might be convinced on. Now, once again, here's just more people saying that, like, Cyberpunk is looking very, very phenomenal and good on a higher detail, and it does. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on here in these maps, the neon lights, the details, the graphics, animations, character models, and everything. And this is on the Switch too. Like, I'm color me impressed. Now, once again, I've had better experiences on PC or whatever, but dude, if I just want to be laying in my bed and being cozy and checking stuff on out and doing whatever, I'm kind of okay with this. Why not? Like, this actually might finally be the time where I make my Switch my mobile console, and I actually might do more stuff all just everywhere. Like, I'm excited for my Switch too, which is kind of funny to say that, because once again, a lot of people are out here, even like old school games, like say like Hyrule Warriors, or apparently just because there's a lot of textures and characters, as you guys can see on even the examples, everything runs better. It's running nicer, and this gives me high hopes for the future of games, because it really is a level up. And I think this is why a lot of folks are kind of gonna hopefully be happy with their Switch 2. I'm still 50-50 on it. I haven't had, like I said, I haven't had a chance to fully break mine on down. It is only a Mario Kart game, right? The system, like on the system right now. We need more future games. We need $80 games are a hard sell. There is critiques that are very valid, do not get me wrong. But so far, everything I've had a chance to see, I'm happy with. I think it's cool. It does seem like an improvement, and I think there's a lot of reasons why people might be happy getting their Switch 2 console in the future. So far, are you guys happy with yours? Because I'm seeming pretty cool. Like, I've been convinced enough that I'm hopefully not wasting all my money, and even if I do, I guess it's a tax write-off from me. God only knows. But anyway, if you guys are bored or be hanging up on Twitch, probably just hanging out or relaxing of one of the more rare streams as of now, so swing on by. Subscribe if you guys are new, and let me know all of your thoughts on the Switch 2 so far. And as well, make sure you guys enter on into the Switch 2 giveaway as well, and I appreciate so much for watching. Give me your first impressions on your Switch, and maybe we can set up a fun Mario Kart day sometime in the near future with us all. Thank you all for watching.